All right, so it looks like Hisan Pikar, or that's how you say his name? Not somebody I really pay a lot of attention to. I've seen a lot of people talk about it on YouTube. Now, looks like he owns a little house, $3.5 million or whatever, in California. See, the thing is that what you have is a bunch of people that are not looking, or they will conveniently skate over the fact that this is absolute hypocrisy. These people are advocating for a certain lifestyle that they're not living. I've said this before when it comes to it's the hot conversation, the hot subject is coronavirus. Said the same thing. I've said this if a person's going to be that freaking hypocritical when it comes to let me make sure that I have this on silent. If you can be that hypocritical when it comes to something you're advocating for, or that you're putting out and you're wanting to be that something that everyone wants to really grab onto. Hey, if you really want that, like I've said before, if you really want something like that, all you have to do is show that you really believe it, and then people will naturally gravitate to it. When you have the people with the coronavirus rules, Barack Obama's the most recent one. You have the climate czar, John Kerry, running around in a private jet. When you have all these different things, when you have Lori Lightfoot going to get her hair cut, and then saying that I'm the face of Chicago and I take my hygiene very seriously. When you have all these people sitting here doing all these things and not living the life that they're telling you to live. Another one that I've noticed that a lot of big Hollywood liberals, left-wing limousine liberals seem to do is the whole thing of empowering women to go out and have kids out of wedlock or basically living the life that their policies really don't support, because a lot of these people that are in Hollywood, they're in these, even if it's a short marriage, they're in a marriage or something like that when they have a child, and they make sure their career is set before they go and start doing these things. But the policies that they support don't really push for things like that. So all I'm saying when it comes to this guy here, Hisan, I hope I'm saying the name right, Hisan Pikar, you're not advocating, or that's not the policies that you're pushing. And if you want to talk about spreading the wealth and making sure we redistribute wealth, start with yourself. Because I'm going to tell you now, one of the best ways to get everyone on board, sir, is to get out of that $3.5 million house, go and get inside, get a probably $100,000 house or something like that. And why don't you go ahead and give some of that money? You can give some of that money to a bunch of other people to get into a $100,000 house. Then everyone's living in a $100,000 house. Not everyone, but a large amount of people are living in a $100,000 house, just like you. Because that's what you want, right? Everyone ends up in the same place. You want to spread the wealth. You want to make sure that everyone is making it equally. That you're spreading the wealth. That I've noticed that about a lot of these limousine liberal Hollywood elites. Hey, you know what? If you want to give so much, then why don't you go ahead and give all those millions and tens of hundreds of millions of dollars that you have? Why don't you do that? Because if you really want to get me behind your movement, let me see you actually to be honest with you, physically put your money where your mouth is. I'm going to show everyone just how much I believe in this ideology, that I'm going to, that one CEO, what's his name? I can't remember his name, when he lowered his pay down to $70,000 and everyone in this organization owned $70,000. Hey, you know what? That dude did what he was going to. Hey, at least he really believes in it. Guess what he did? When it came to Chink, his workforce wanted to unionize, what did he do? Bust him up. What happened with Jeff Bezos? What happened with Amazon, the Amazon unionization? What happened with that? They busted it up. You can sit back and talk about all these freaking left-wing ideologies and these policies that y'all want to push. But until I actually see people, I won't. Let me add one last one. If you really care about coronavirus, then you wouldn't care. Then you would also care about and straight in the healthcare system. You would also care about the 200,000 plus amount of people that are coming over the border, some with coronavirus or stress in the healthcare system, period, because they're going to need help. So as soon as you start taking things seriously, I'll take it seriously. Comment, like, share, subscribe. See you in the next one. All right.